We live in a throwaway culture that tends to consider the elderly unimportant or insignificant. Sometimes the elderly are even seen as an inconvenience or burden. But God has quite a different view of the elderly. Throughout our lives, no matter our age, God calls us to holiness and love. God sees the inherent value and dignity in our elderly as His beloved children. This means grandparents also have an important and continued role to play in our families. The elderly are called to respond to God's love in their lives by loving their adult children and grandchildren. In turn, we are called to love our grandparents and elderly.
Grandparents, you have so much to offer. Our families need your experience, patience, and wisdom. When you assist your children in childcare or pass on the faith, you are building up our families and making love normal. But even as you slow down and can't help as much physically, you still have so much to give. Our families must recognize that even your fragility, weakness, and need are a gift. Just as God tenderly cares for each of us, we practice the love of the Father by tenderly loving and caring for our elderly. Pope Francis challenges us to avoid conforming to a mentality of impatience, and much less of indifference and contempt towards old age. We must reawaken the collective sense of gratitude, of appreciation, of hospitality, which makes the elder feel like a living part of his community.
Let us reflect together on the continued vocation of grandparents and the elderly. As a family and community, what are we already doing to get grandparents and the elderly involved? How can we make our grandparents and elderly feel loved and appreciated?